We were at a diner
really late at night, bouncing ideas off of each other,
and this just kind of sort of came to us. And it was a sort of a way of not only paying tribute to Gillian Anderson, who's one of the people that inspired us,
but we also wanted to do something that would raise money for charity at the same time.
We basically wanted to combine not just the love of art itself, but our love of philanthropy.
Getting involved with IBG gave me a chance to get involved beyond writing a check. And I've always been interested in grassroots organizations and how they were formed, and I have a production background. So when the opportunity arose, this seemed like a great project for me.
I'm not the person that can write the big check, but I'm the person that I think has a lot of ideas on how to bring in those people that can write the big check. Something fun that they'll want to come to that ends up going to a good cause.
We have worked with Neurofibromatosis Incorporated,
OTSK, which is Autistic Street Kids,
the Relational Center,
Portland's Boys and Girls AIDS, Artists for New South Africa, Longevity, which is a lung cancer foundation,
UCLA Santa Monica Rape Treatment Center,
a Kids Defense Team,
the Zega,
and UNICEF.
We had a real good time.
We had a great time. I think it was very informative. I learned things about you that I didn't know about.
Yeah, well, a lot of stuff I made up, and some of it was true. It was good. It was a lot of fun.
Great. We enjoyed it. You guys are a wonderful group, and it's a great project to support.
Good project. Thank you for having us.
I think that we have to be creative with the fundraising, the ways we go about it, and the ways we go about approaching people to be a part of our events and to come to our events as donors.
Well, Wine Taste is it's something that we really have in order to bring our donors together and kind of, we get to mingle with them, we get to talk to them.
The All Things Worldwide Marathon is a yearly event we hold throughout the month of April. Because Gillian Anderson has been such a big supporter of ours, we wanted to honor that. Great thing about this is it gets people from all over the world involved, and it helps, that charity of Miss Anderson.
We have auctions that we host from time to time throughout the year, and some of them are online auctions through eBay, or some of them are actually live auction events with silent auction components. But it's a chance to bring in even more donors. So we get a lot of autographed scripts, autographed posters, but we also get some really fantastic fan experience events.
The people over at Castle have been fantastic. Rob Bowman has donated 2 rounds of set visits. Fans have been able to be on set and watch filming and meet the cast and crew. Actor David Duchovny donated a meet and greet following a performance of The Break of Noon in New York. And in December of 2010, fans were able to join actress Gillian Anderson on the set of Johnny English 2.
We've done the Conversation series, which is a really small gathering of about 50 people. And it's typically a writer, actor, sometimes it's a small panel of a showrunner and maybe the 2 leads. It really is a conversation. It's not just a moderator asking questions.
I just have to say.
Yeah. Here's the thing. The CW has a certain look, and I think the studio is just wanting her to slut it up a little. To make sure that, slutty first, acting second. Because I also just wearing like a potato sack to come out and try to tell this beautiful person I'm like, I'm not at all, or any barometer on sexy, but I was like, and I was so uncomfortable, and it was actually, for me, it was kind of interesting because it was one of the first executive producer things I had to do that wasn't regarding writing or the fun part. It was more like, oh, someone needs to have a really uncomfortable, horrible conversation. And then afterwards it was like, well, someone drove her away. I was like, I didn't want to do it. And so now I'm a little better about standing up to people when they ask me to give women notes like that. I'm usually like, I don't feel comfortable as a woman. You could do it. Or it could not happen.
Definitely the most complicated of all of the events that we do is the large-scale panel event. There are a lot of moving parts to something like that, and it can be very complicated, but it's also a lot of fun, and it's a chance to raise a lot of money for very worthy causes. The best example of a large panel event that we've done is the Believe Again event.
the Believe Again event, where we had series creator Chris Carter and Frank Spotnitz, and we had Gillian Anderson and Rob Bowman. I just thought it was the most surreal and wonderful experience.
It had been about a year since our first event, which took place in a tiny little theater with about 50 people, and the very lovely Frank Spotnitz, who came out for a Q&A, and then we screened 2 films. So to go from that in under a year to someone flying in from another country to be a part of it, and people sort of readily donating their time and items and their day, because I feel like it was a really huge difference in a really short amount of time in terms of the events that we were able to put together.
It's a wonderful thing because we tell stories really to please ourselves and to reach other people, to communicate with other people and have a conversation with them, which is what we've done. And I think the people in this room are people who are probably more passionately involved in that conversation than most of the audience, or you wouldn't be here. But to have that entertainment become something that actually does real good in the world is very humbling and moving, and it's thanks to all of you that this is happening. So thank you for letting me be a part of it.
All these stories I tell because they're funny in hindsight. At the time they weren't funny, but it's funny now. There will be plenty of times when you get turned down, and you'll all generate your own great stories of, can you believe they hired the actor right out from under me, or can you believe that the guy fell asleep during a pitch meeting where I was pitching my heart out, or can you believe all these kind of things happen to everybody, and these are all the battle scars that we all wind up carrying, and it's, when I'm in a good mood, I say to myself, it's a good thing. It's good to have scars. Chicks dig scars.
It was so hard to get it in my head what he meant, and that it meant not just this episode, but next episode too. This is
200 episodes.
Yeah, and we had these ongoing conversations. I'd get a script, I'd read it, we'd talk on the phone, and then eventually it started to work its way in my head, and we didn't have to have those conversations anymore, or I just wouldn't answer his phone call.
Each year we're able to do more and more in terms of the scale of events that we're able to put together, as well as the success of events that we're able to put together. And I would hope in 5 years' time that just continued, and to the point where it's, where we ask someone to be a part of it and they're very excited to be a part of it. And IBG is a name of a charity that's recognized.
I think that right now we're only, scratching the surface of what we can do. But I think that if, given the opportunity and, obviously the funds, because as much as there's so much that we want to do, we can't do it by ourselves.